What up? You know what it is. Still Broke Podcast. Your host, Marcus Moore, Encyclopedia Black in the building. We back. We here. And we got to talk about the NBA playoffs right now and these Denver Nuggets. As we mentioned before, man, the Denver Nuggets are an unserious ball club. They're unserious. They really are. And I was one of the guys, and I'm going to say, I was one of the people who, when they were down 0-2, I said, listen, they got championship pedigree. They'll be just fine. And they came back and they won 3 games in a row. And I was good with them until game 6. When they got beat by 45 damn it points and you were down by 50, I said this team is not a championship team. This team is not serious. This is not a championship team. I don't know what championship team can be down by 50 and get beat by 45 and we just be okay with that. So this team right now, I see why they going home. Now, I did pick them to win game 7. I did. But as I mentioned, this team was an unserious ball club. They weren't serious. They weren't a championship team. Because I saw what you were in game 6 in an elimination game, and I said, don't play with your food. It's an elimination game. You win this, you move on. You advance. You give them another shot, you don't know what could happen in game 7. But we should have saw this coming. Because they lost by 45 in game 6. You gave up a 20-point lead in game 7. Okay? But you know what? I was the fool. I was the fool because I should have saw this in the regular season. Because you weren't serious, Denver Nuggets, when you lost the 1 seed, when you gave up a game to the San Antonio Spurs, a game that you were up double digits again, and that game lost you the 1 seed. If you are a championship ball club, a championship contender, you do not lose the second to the last game of the year to the San Antonio Spurs when you know damn well you need to win that game to get the 1 seed. So when that happened, I knew right then and there you weren't serious. You were not a serious ball club. And then I see you get drugged by 45 points in game 6. Then you're up by 20 in game 7 at home and get beat down again. Shame on us. Shame on us. We should have saw this coming. The Nuggets weren't serious. They haven't been serious. They had the Lakers' number, so since they beat the Lakers, we think, oh, listen, the Lakers are a playing team, man. I know they have Anthony Davis and LeBron James. They're a playing team. They're in the play-in. Whoop-dee, you know what, do. So let's stop giving them credit for that. They can beat the Lakers. So what? So what? They were in a play-in. Who cares? But this team was not serious, and we should have known that at the end of the regular season. And I definitely knew that when I saw what happened to them in game 6. I mean, look at game 7. Look at game 7. What they do. Aaron Gordon. First of all, let me say this. Not only did you give up a 20-point lead in game 7, but Ant-Man was 6 for 24. He was 6 for 24. He was 2 for 10 from 3. You got what you wanted from that? Your best player was 6 for 24? And you still give up a 20-point lead? Because you got a guy, McDaniels, who goes for 23? Really? Now let's look at the Nuggets box score real quick. Aaron Gordon. They said they were gonna ban him from a dinner or something for superstition. Well, that ain't work. 2 for 5, 4 points. Michael Porter Jr., 3 for 12, 7 points. Caldwell Pope, 2 for 7, 5 points. Christian Brown, 1 for them and 3. 5 damn points. That's it. That's all you got. Reggie Jackson, 0 points. Holiday, 0 points. So the only 2 guys that showed up, and finally, we found Murray, kinda. They gave you 34 and 35. This team, their bench let them down, and we knew that could become an issue on the key losses that they had from last year's team. But as I mentioned, we should have seen this coming. This team was not serious when they gave up the 1 seed, losing to the worst team in the league, or arguably the worst team in the league, the San Antonio Spurs, in the second to the last game of the year when they had to have it and they needed it. This team wasn't serious in a game 6 that you can say, yes, we have to have it. We got to get it. and you get beat by 45 points and down by 50 at one point. This team wasn't serious. And this team wasn't serious again when they were up by 20 in a game 7 at home. And you give up a 20-point lead and you lose by 8. That's not a championship ball club. So am I surprised after what I saw from game 6? No, because I knew that at that point in time, I knew what they were. They were a team, they were some phonies. That's what they were. They were masquerading as a team from last year, hoping that this team would show up this year. And then I got to hear, listen, man. Then I hear that Mike Malone says the team was tired because of the run last year and as many minutes this year. Tired? Tired from what? You got your butt whooped by 45. You got a whole bunch of rest in game 6. You rested up. You well rested. If anybody tired, it should be Minnesota tired of whooping y'all behind. That's the people who tired. Minnesota should be tired of whooping y'all. But don't give me we're tired. That's what champions do. Champions rise to the occasion. When it's time, they don't get tired. Great teams don't get tired. So I don't want to hear anything about you got tired because you won a title last year. No, that's what it's about. That's the price of admission. That's what it takes. So I want to hear it. Talking about you was tired. Man, child, please. Get me started right now. I'm done with these Nuggets for right now. Unserious team. Not serious. Denver Nuggets. Moving on to Minnesota Timberwolves. Congrats to them. Congrats to the T-Wolves. I don't know who I'm taking yet in that Dallas T-Wolves series, but congrats to the T-Wolves. They came in here and took it. They weren't tired. They weren't tired of whooping that behind. They well rested. They was good. And they'll be well rested going into the finals. And you know what, Denver, since you're so tired, you got an early vacation. Get some rest. Still Broke Podcast. I'm out. Encyclopedia Black, Marcus Moore. We'll catch you on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out of here. Peace.